Hi, I like waffles, and this is the first video on how to play Elves. Elves are White's main support. Your goal is not to let your woman up here get raped. And yeah, this is actually my favorite spot. It's not for complete noobs, but it's a good army to start with. You need to understand unit interactions and basic strategies before you really get into it. And it's really important to have fast macro with Elves. Alright, so there's a lot of different styles to play. Elves are Haldir, but generally you want to stall at the drain. This is the drain right here. And then you support White with Haldir and your leftover ghosts from the drain. So real quick, this is how I set up. I spawn here, so I get Haldir, hotkey him 1, stim pack him and bring him over. Always keep him stim packed. Just always stim pack him. While he's running over, I hold these DTs up front and I stim pack again. Usually there's a drain right here. I'll put Haldir right next to it so that he shoots any Ugluk or Snagga that comes. Next, you bring all of the elves off the walls. These aren't useful. They're just going to die. They're more useful back here in a pack. Same with these elves. Bring them off the wall. Do this as quick as possible. Just everything. Everything comes off. Except for a small group which keep right here. It annoys Brown's units. If Brown units come up, they'll see these elves and they'll think, oh, the closest way to get to them is to go around. And then they get all stuck with Purple's units. Purple has to remember to go over and kill wall elves. Oh, it's great. So, yeah, that's a strategy. Next, you check on Haldir. Keep him stemmed, also hold position. Keep him in a safe place if the drain broke. You always want to keep an eye on Haldir. Do not ever lose Haldir. It's super important. Brown is going to try really hard to kill him. Don't let that happen. Alright. Next, you pack the ghosts. Right click a bunch and then hold position when you're done right clicking. Right click a bunch, hold position. Right click a bunch, hold position. Bring all these elves down. This all should be done really fast, by the way. If I felt pressure on Haldir right now, I might just stop packing ghosts just to pay attention to Haldir. Okay? Now, I really like a nice, well-packed ghost drain D, but you can only do so much sometimes. Sometimes there's just not any time. But if there is, it's always nice to make it look pretty. Alright, so say that that's all that I had time for because I was getting hit really hard. Brown's tanks are here hitting me, whatever. I am making sure that my DTs are always in front. If these all die, which they usually do, let's pretend like they died. They're going to go die over there. Then you bring more DTs over. Bring these DTs down. You can also bring DTs this way. It's important that you leave an opening over here. Remember to hold everything, by the way. If you don't hold these ghosts and they get hit by a tank or something, they'll start moving down and then block your hero. And then, oh my gosh, Haldir, he needs to heal, but these are here. Oh, Haldir's dead. Oh, well, he's not, but he should be. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so you have more DTs here and here. And then I like to just bring them down in my spare time. If Haldir gets low, you send him over to the heal. You want to do this before links come. So at the very end of Brown's spawn, you send him over to heal. And when Brown's links come, that's whenever you want to tank with Haldir. If any of Brown's heroes come up, you aim Haldir on them. Awesome. In your spare time, you can bring your ghosts over to here, always checking on Haldir. One more thing. If White is feeling a lot of pressure at 1 over here, what you can do is just leave the drain and go and help him at 1. Because if 1 falls, then the Great Hall's going to fall, and then, well, you're going to be stuck because you can't just come around. Because all of purple and brown stuff is going to be over here, and then you're probably dead. So that was my first video on how to play elves. I'll show you a little bit more about falling and where to set up in the next videos. For more resources, go ahead and watch those and check the video description as well. Thank you, Sync Swim, for editing, and thank you all for watching.